What up guys, welcome back to Crypto Captain's YouTube channel where we talk about anything crypto. So today we talk about this protocol, the Garden Finance protocol. So in the Garden they've got three different types of dApps, which is Fisherman Joe, Garden Pools, and Pirate Gang. Today we'll talk about Fisherman Joe. So with Fisherman Joe I got started in this project roughly around February 2, I think, this year. I was pretty late. I was about a month late into this project, but good news. My entry was at a very low price. I guess everybody thought this was like going down the drain, but I ended up investing in this during that time at a low price, and the price went back up, and right now it's stabilizing. So yeah, anyway, we talk about Fisherman Joe. Let's enter the app. Alright, so right now the price of TGC is about $10.89, but in Bitcoin, we'll check it out. The actual price right now, as of right now, it's 10.86. So judging from the chart, it is retracing because it went up to a high of about 18 bucks. You can see where I sold at the red points, and I bought at the green points. There you go. Sold up there. Anyways, but going back a few days, this is where it started, which was 15th of January, where it had the PooCoin chart. During that time, it was only like what, cents worth. You'd be lucky if you got in during that price, or if you were part of the white list, which probably launched at like 4 cents per coin. So if you got in during that time, you're one of the lucky guys. Then good for you, man. You're probably like sitting on your computer, like sipping champagne and waiting for TGC to just print money for you every day. Even for these guys that got in at like $1, they're probably doing the same thing, because it went up to a initial high of what, $10, and then it went to an all-time high of about 28 bucks. Imagine you sold there, you'd be cheering. So this is where I got in first, February the 2nd, where I invested about 500 bucks, which is now the current value is about 1,000 bucks for the price today, which is 10.80. I bought another 10 coins there, and then another 35 coins here before it started a mini pump. I was pretty happy with that. Anyways, so pretty much, what is Fisherman Joe? How do we get started with Fisherman Joe? Joe is a fisherman, and he's looking to grow his business by hiring more of his fellow fishermen. Each Fisherman Joe brings fresh fish to the table, which can be sold for TGC. Once you hire a fisherman, he will be working for you and bring you daily passive income. The yield can be reinvested to hire more fishermen and compound your earnings or sold. To get started with the game, you fill in how many TGC worth of fishermen you want to hire and click hire fisherman. The yield earning has been started, and your fisherman will start fishing and earning TGC for you right away. So how do you tell how much is how many fishermen you can hire with 1 TGC right now? 1 TGC is equals to 34.97 fishermen. I remember when I bought, I think 1 TGC was about only 14 fishermen. So it's already doubled, guys, because As you saw, the price has already doubled as well. So right now I've got 3,316 fishermen. I haven't focused on compounding my TGC every day. I've just been taking profits because that was my initial plan to ROI first, which I'm already like $100 off of my initial investment in this protocol, which is awesome. In less than 2 weeks I'm already ROI, which is awesome, really. Anyway, frequently asked questions, let's check it out. Alright, what happens when my fishing net becomes full? Your fisherman will continue to fish even when your fishing net is full. The yield will still continue and you will still get 3% of your total investment worth for the day. Can I withdraw my investments back? Once a fisherman is hired, you cannot fire him. They will continue to fish TGC for you indefinitely, providing you with an unlimited amount of TGC per day, up to 3%. Yeah, pretty much. It just accumulates TGC for me every day. Are there any fees? The only fees that the investors will pay are the transaction gas fees, charged by the BSC network and not the developers or the project. The developer fee is already included in the price of the token and the fisherman. Well, there is a fee. The fee right now is 10% for deposit and 10% for withdrawals, from what I remember. When is the best time to hire a fisherman? Anytime. No matter where you hire a fisherman, you will begin earning a return rate of 3% daily. Take note that the cost of hiring a fisherman will change every day, so you may earn more than 3%. So the reason why I think I'm almost ROI is because I bought at the bottom, which is very similar to these guys that bought here and probably sold there. Because I bought here and I'm trying to sell here. I ended up buying just 2 pieces. Yeah, 2 pieces and 1 piece there, because just to try out the update that they did, but we'll cover that with a different video. We'll just talk about the basic features of the FishermanJoe. So how often should I reinvest to hire more fishermen? We recommend that you reinvest your yield at least once a day, but the investor is free to do it as often as they wish or to follow any other strategy of their own. You can try reinvesting for 2 straight days and withdraw your earnings on the 3rd day, or reinvest for 5 straight days and withdraw your yield on the 6th day. So depending on you guys, what you want to do. Honestly, I think I've just reinvested once, where I used the what I earned and reinvested it just for 1 day, and then I just took profits from then. My plan is to get the ROI first, and then I'll reinvest every day from the day I get my investment back. So how is FishermanJoe sustainable? FishermanJoe is sustained by the continued community support, just as every other crypto coin, token, or project. The difference is that FishermanJoe contains measures to discourage investors dumping their coins on the market and crashing the price. How to use FishermanJoe on my phone? You can either use an app with a dApp browser and choose the MetaMask injected option, or simply use any browser that you want and choose Wallet Connect to connect to your wallet's app on your phone. Is it better to reinvest or sell my earnings? In the long run, reinvesting your earnings will be more profitable than selling your earnings, since you'll have the chance to multiply the number of your fishermen with the use of your earnings. By multiplying the number of your fishermen working for you, you'll multiply your everyday profits. And as usual, there's referrals for this. How do referrals work? Once your BSC wallet is connected to the FishermanJoe website, you will notice your referral address appear at the bottom of the page. When a new user buys a Fisherman after clicking your personal referral link, the contract will send a TGC value equal to the 10% of his purchase instantly to your fishing net. After that, you're free to use that earnings to hire more fishermen and improve your daily income from the DAP or just sell the yield. Guys, I don't have any referrals in this. I've been just solo farming this, and as I said, I'm almost ROI within 2 weeks. How awesome is that? So how does the system works? Let's say you hire 6,000 fishermen at 100 TGC. If the price stays the same, you would earn 3% that day. If you hire 6,000 fishermen at 100 TGC price and the next day the fisherman price falls down to 3,000 fishermen per 100 TGC, that day you will earn about 9%. If you hire 6,000 fishermen for 100 TGC and the next day the price of 9,000 fishermen becomes 100 TGC, that day you will earn 3%. So when you hire a fisherman, anytime is good to enter, and you start earning 3% daily at the time of purchase. From there, the price of fishermen will fluctuate depending on the amount of purchases of fishermen and the amount of withdrawals. So I suggest just find a low price to enter. Find a good price to enter. Don't just enter it anytime, as they suggest. I would suggest to enter it at a lower price if you could. If you only dedicate yourself to withdrawing your earnings and never reinvesting in the long run, it will hurt your earnings. I guess right now that's what I'm doing, and from what I remember, like from the first day that I invested in this protocol, I would earn about 5 TGC per day, and right now I'm only earning about 2.8 TGC per day. That's because I haven't reinvested. But as I said, once I got my ROI, I'll be reinvesting every TGC that I earn every day, which is pretty close in a few more days. The value of fishermen will rise, and you will need more of them to keep up with the earnings. Your hired fisherman will be producing less over time, which is true. Your hired fisherman is producing less over time. If you reinvest your earnings instead and keep increasing the number of fishermen, you will add a percentage to your daily percentage or keep it. The secret here is to add the largest number of fishermen to withstand the fisherman inflation over time and continue to revalue your fishermen, and from time to time withdraw your earnings. It is advisable to reinvest for 3 days and withdraw 1 day after that, or to keep reinvesting for 6 days, reinvestment, and withdraw your earnings the last day of the week, depending on your strategy. We encourage you to come up with a comfortable strategy to get profit, or to simply dedicate yourself to reinvesting and increasing the quantity of your fishermen. Even if your daily earnings are less than 3%, each time you reinvest, your new fishermen start generating a 3% of yield again. Since you bought at the current price of the fisherman that day, the fishermen that you already bought can recover their value if they go back up to the price you bought them at. But in general, with reinvestments, you can guarantee yourself a constant cycle of 3 to 9% daily profits. It can be more or less in the worst or best case. Keep in mind that the people start to withdraw and panic selling the contract will protect itself, reducing the price of the fisherman faster, which will result in the decrease of the daily earnings to make it sustainable over time. Once the price stabilizes again, we will start a new cycle, the cheapest fisherman, and with it, the value of the fisherman will rise again, and with it, the daily profits. It is an incredibly perfect mathematical algorithm that will be sustainable over time despite yielding an incredible 3% of daily profits. It's everyone's job to take care of Fisherman Joe. It's a tool that can provide an amazing passive income to everyone for a long time. So yeah, I will include my reference at the description. So if you guys are interested in joining this protocol, I would truly appreciate it if you guys use my referral link. So going back to the main page. So with this is about 3 days of not claiming my TGC. with 3,316 fishermen. This increases every day. If you guys, there you go. From 97, it went to 34.99. As long as you're not reinvesting, that'll just move up and move up to make the protocol fair for everybody. But as I said, my strategy here is to get my ROI first, and then I'll reinvest every single day thereafter. So yeah, that's Fisherman Joe, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching, guys. See ya.